heading up to New Hampshire to go see Mopar Dan. I got all the parts all loaded up in the truck, and we're gonna head up there, and we need to disassemble the other Hemi. We gotta get some parts off of that, and we'll want to compare that crank in comparison to the one that I just polished up and got all squared away. So I'll get back to you guys once we get up to New Hampshire and we get all this stuff out and lined up and ready to rock and roll. As always, I appreciate you guys following along on this build. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, anything like that, be sure to drop them in the comments below. Make sure that you like these videos and smash that bell button so you guys can be notified of any of the upcoming videos. So this is a pretty cool build, and I look forward to sharing it with you guys. First things first, we need to use the needle scale and get rid of all this heavy rust. This took over an hour just alone getting rid of all this scale. This is actually my first time ever using one of these, and man, this thing does one hell of a cool job. Yeah. Next up was to pull all the oil plugs and water jacket plugs so that we could get this thing in ready for the wash tank.
You all coming out?
Yep.
I think we'll be okay leaving that freeze plug in place.
The one underneath the cam?
Yeah, we'll look at that passage. So if we can get air in there and blow it out clean. Where is that?
It's right here.
Now, there's an oil galley that goes there. We get the plug out of that galley in the back, we'll be fine.
Okay.
Because we have access to clean it, we don't have to disturb that. If for any reason that doesn't go in the right way, and it blows out of there, yeah, instant loss of oil pressure.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No. Right. Some things end up with what we call "leave me alone" written all over.
So that's the two oil plugs.
Yeah.
On either side of the cam.
Right.
I got all the ones on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one under. Oh, it's right here. It's on. I gotta spin this around. I gotta get to it. It's over here.
Bigger or smaller?
It is a little bit bigger than whatever this is.
Try this one.
Yep, that's it. In the tank she goes.
Yep.
Time to measure the journals. So it's got like a slight drag to it.
Yeah. You know what that means?
That means it's good?
That means that's at the spec. Now
Okay.
you check all your mains with that setting.
As long as there's a slight drag, that means it's good, right?
Yes.
And this is at what? 2.559,
2.559, which is the spec on the frame.
So this one's a little bit tighter than the other one. Well, I guess not.
The factory cranks do allow for a variance from the spec.
So this one here, it's barely touching.
All right. Well, we'll go back to that.
And that's the one. That was my
tore
problem
up?
journal. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Have you measured all the others?
Yeah. All the other ones have a slight drag. Yep.
Okay. Now unlock it.
Okay.
Put it back on that journal.
Yep.
And tighten it up a little bit using the little knob.
This one up top?
Is that approximately what you need?
There, that has a slight drag.
Okay. So, what are you seeing now?
I'm seeing 2 point. That's a 5, right?
Yeah.
So.
It's still 2.55.
Okay, but it's not at 0 up there. It's at a 10.
Well,
right?
if it's smaller, it should be going this way. It should be less than 9. Or the wear is like a half a thousandths. There you go. Now it seems like you got it. What's that read?
That's too tight.
What's it read? You were able to fit it over, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's it read? It is worn. 1.5 thousandths, you'd be fine. That will not create a problem. So now your next thing.
To adjust this to the size of the rods.
Right, and that's 2.1.
Okay. So now we're gonna, so we're at 2, so then this is gonna go to 1.
Yes. Go right to the 1, 0 to 1.
Alright. So that's 2.1.
Right. Now, open it up, 1 revolution.
Back to the 0 again.
Go around to 0 again.
Okay.
Did you see what you went past? You went past 20. Now you're at 1.25. One more line.
Yeah.
And you're at 1.26.
Okay.
Now lock it down. This lever.
Okay.
So now you're going to measure this rod journal and this one, because these are up high.
Okay.
And then you can, if you can reach these easily, fine. If not, we'll roll the crank over.
Okay. So we're at 2.
You're at 2.126.
Okay.
I think you have contact there.
Yep.
You're fine. Okay, so we have, or you have, a crank that's perfectly usable.
Okay. That's good to hear. Since the crank's good to go, just got to get it all cleaned up. Some brake clean and pipe cleaner should do the trick.
The older Hemis, you had a short one that was stout. They had a long, spindly one that had a season break.
Oh, really?
Yeah, under high low.
So what's good about it is that they're marked with an eye on them, so we know, like, I know which ones are the intake rockers.
So I think this motor has not been seriously neglected. It may have been worked a little hard, but I don't think it was. I think it was maintained fairly regular. I mean, for 120,000 miles, this is not excessively coated.
Okay.
And you don't see sludge buildup.
How you see it is how it came out. There was no excessive oil or excessive sludge or anything like that. So if I was to stick with I don't get another set. You're saying just to see if the
Just clean them up as best.
Okay.
And what we'll do is we can put it in the hole
Yep.
without any race on it.
Yep.
Measure the side clearance.
Yep.
And if it seems excessive, don't go from there. Okay.
All right. Yeah, that was the biggest thing. Is just to make sure that those are okay to reuse. And then, like I said, there's nothing I have to worry about these, but I can reuse the main cap bolts.
Okay.
I just
but
the
rod bolts have to be
rod bolts are torque to yield, and the head bolts are torque to yield.
You know, this one's not really, it's just starting to scuff. That's not really that bad. So you can take that out. That one's a little rough. So you got two that are kind of rough.
Yeah.
And the machine shop, if you look at these things, you want to eat them. And they might even push one overboard. Scratch.
Yeah.
Nothing. Rubber.
Right. It doesn't even have scratches in the cylinders. A lot of those cylinders, you can still see the cross hatching.
That's good.
You see where this one's scratched.
Right.
But not as...
Not to the extent this one is.
Yeah.
And then you have this one, which is not as bad. So that's the worst one.
Yeah. Well, there's our extra engine so that we can get the front cover off of that one. And hopefully that will do what we need it to do. Ready when you are.
Sweet. Okay, can you pull that part out from under there?
Not yet.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
Yeah. It's off.
B, free and clear.
Works for me.
All right, what do you need?
I think these are 13s. Right?
What's that crank bolt?
That is, I don't remember. Metric. 21 maybe? What's this one?
21 it is. That's for the smaller stuff.
Okay. Removing all the timing cover bolts. And removing the crank pulley. Loosen the oil pan bolts. I need this whole housing. So this is gonna bolt to my block. Yeah, those are like 8mm.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's only that. I get it.
Get the water pump out of the way. And finally, pop the timing cover off. Same way.
I'm gonna get it. Just lay it here. So we're not doing a lot of lifting. I'm just gonna pull.
Not a whole lot easier.
No back muscles were harmed during the production of this stuff.
Oh, cylinder walls are rusted.
No, it's junk now.
Yep.
Placed all that.
I can get rid of it. Getting the rest of these parts all washed up, ready to go. Hey, with this thing as light as it is, should I just throw it in the cage? And while the rest of the parts are getting washed up, last thing to do is oil these cylinders so that we can prevent some flash rusting. And that's it, she's ready to go. Time to load her up, get her back to the engine shop. Stay tuned.